Can we all rise as the procession comes in? Coming in is the congregation procession led by the Deputy Registrar personnel and members of congregation who are not members of Senate or Council. The congregation procession led by Deputy Registrar personnel and members of congregation who are not members of Senate or Council. Media, please, can we give way for the procession, please? Media, can you give way for the procession, please? Thank you. Following that procession is the Senate procession, led by the Deputy Registrar, Academic Affairs, and other members of Senate, directors of and units, deans of faculties, professors, and provosts of colleges. The Senate procession, please. Led by the Deputy Registrar, Academic Affairs, other members of Senate, directors of centers and units, the deans of faculties, professors, and provosts of colleges. Still the Senate procession. They just shifted it now themselves. I don't know what they want me to do again. I can't. Let them come pick it first. Still the Senate procession. Led by the Deputy Registrar, Academic Affairs, other members of Senate, directors of centers and units, deans of faculties, professors, and provosts of colleges. Following that procession is the Council's procession, led by the Deputy Registrar, Council Affairs, the Bossa, the University Librarian, registrars of other universities, Vice Chancellors of other universities, Pro-Chancellors of other universities, members of Council, University Orator, Registrar, Deputy Vice Chancellors, former Vice Chancellors of the university, and Chancellors of other universities. Still the Council's procession, please. The Council procession, led by the Deputy Registrar, Council Affairs, the bursar, university librarian, registrars of other universities, vice-chancellors of other universities, pro-chancellors of other universities, members of council, the university orator, the registrar, deputy vice-chancellors, former vice-chancellors of the university, and chancellors of other universities. Still in procession. Following the council's procession is the chancellor's procession. Following the council's procession is the chancellor's procession, led by the mace bearer, the vice chancellor, the pro-chancellor and chairman of council, Executive Secretary of the Nigerian University Commission, the Chancellor, members of Federal and State Executive Council, visiting state governors, legislatures. Still in procession. Still in procession. To the council's procession, and following that procession is the Chancellor's procession, led by the mace bearer, the Chancellor's procession, led by the mace bearer. We beseech our kings and KBACs to please seats. Following that procession is the Chancellor's procession, led by the mace bearer, the Vice Chancellor, the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian University Commission, the Chancellor, members of Federal and State Executive Council, the visiting state governors, and legislature. Media, can you please give way, please? Media, please give way. Thank you. That's the Chancellor's procession. Can we please give way? Security at the door, please. Can we please give way? Let's make the passageway free, please. Let the walkway remain free, please. The walkway remain free, please. Please, let's remain seated, please. Media, the hands in, please. Can we please rise?
Constitution of the Convocation by the Chancellor. The Governor of the State of Osun and visitor to the university, members of the National Assembly and State of Osun House of Assembly, my lords, your Royal Highnesses, the Chancellor, members of the Senate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Statute 6(1)(e) of the Osun State University Law 2006 provides that the purpose of carrying out the objects of the institution, Osun State University will have the power to conduct examinations and grant degrees, diplomas, certificates, and other distinctions to persons who have pursued a course of study approved by the university and have satisfied other requirements as the university may lay down. Article 5(7) of the second schedule of the University Statute number 1 states that, subject to Section 7 of this law, the Chancellor shall be the chairman at all meetings of convocation when she is present, and in her absence, the Vice Chancellor shall be the chairman at the meeting. I therefore humbly call upon the Chancellor, Dr. Folorunsho Alakija, to declare the 8th convocation open for the conferment of a first, postgraduate, and honorary degrees of the university and the presentation of a special prizes.
I hereby declare this 8th convocation open.
Presentation of the visitor. The Pro-Chancellor, the visitor, Your Excellency, Mr. Oyinlola, is being presented to the public.
Your Excellencies, Your Royal Highnesses, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present to you the visitor to Osun State University, His Excellency, Mr. Oyinlola, the Governor of the State of Osun. Mr. Visitor.
Convocation address by the Chancellor. I respectively invite the Chancellor, Dr. Folorunsho Alakija, to address the convocation.
Praise the Lord. The visitor to Osun State University, His Excellency, Mr. Oyinlola, and his cabinet members. The Speaker, Right Honorable Timothy Owoeye, and other honorable members of the State House of Assembly, the Chief Justice of the State, Honorable Justice Adekpele Ojo, and other judges, former visitors to the university, Prince Dr. Olagunsoye Oyinlola and Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola, Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Malam Yusuf Ali SAN, and other council members, the Vice Chancellor, Osun State University, Professor Labode Pokuola, and the principal officers. His Royal Majesty Ataoja of Osogbo, Oba Jimoh Oyetunji Laoye II. His Royal Majesty Oba Dr. Gabriel Aromolaran, CFR, LLD honors the Owa Obokun Adimola of Ijesha land. All our royal fathers, the Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission, Professor Abubakar Rashid, the Registrar, Joint Administrations and Matriculation Board, Professor Isaac Oloyede, the Executive Secretary, TET Fund, Professor Sulaiman Elias Bogoro, all former chairmen and former members of UNIOSUN Governing Council, visiting vice chancellors and former vice chancellors, principal officers, honorary awardees, members of Senate, members of the congregation, chairman and members of the Advancement Board, chairman and members of Parent Forum, UNIOSUN Alumni Association, student representative leaders, our graduates and their families and guardians, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. To God really indeed be the glory for the great, mighty, and unspeakable things He continues to do in our lives, in this institution, in the state of Osun, and in Nigeria in general. It is by His divine grace that we are alive to witness today's historic event of the 8th Convocation Ceremony for the conferment of first postgraduate and honorary degrees. This morning we had the privilege of warmly welcoming the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SON, GCON, who has come to Osun State University for the very first time. His Excellency's inspiring and thought-provoking convocation lecture has given us a fresh hope in our country as the key to Africa's development. I welcome our visitor, His Excellency, Mr. Gboyega Oyetola, the Executive Governor, State of Osun, who is in our midst for the very first time after assuming office, and his deputy, Mr. Benedict Adegboyega Alabi. Even as their names suggest, the state of Osun and our university has nowhere else to go but upwards and higher and higher. I thought I would hear a resounding clap to that. It's a wish, and God will honor it by His grace. Your Excellency, the visitor at Osun State University, you are poised at making this noble institution a pride, not only for our state, but for the country, as well as being a major contributor to global development through the quality of our graduates. On behalf of the UNIOSUN community, I pray that your tenure shall be extremely peaceful and marked with great achievements. Please let UNIOSUN always be a priority on your table, sir. If I were him and I heard that clap, I wouldn't do anything about it. I welcome our former visitors, all founding fathers, members of the executive, legislative, and judiciary, our royal fathers, our honorary awardees, and other dignitaries. We thank you for keeping this date of joy with us. I am excited to welcome Chief Mrs. Nike Okundaye, a friend in the fashion and culture industry. She is an internationally recognized professional who is also my former colleague. Dr. Wale Babalakin, SAN, another businessman of repute, and a philanthropist, and all others who are to be conferred with honorary degrees of our university today. Permit me to take a trip down memory lane for those who aren't familiar with our history. Today, 21st September 2019, marks the 12th foundation day of this institution. The day official academic activities commenced in 2007. I congratulate Prince Dr. Olagunsoye Oyinlola, the visionary, and other founding fathers for the great vision, the seed of knowledge that they planted that has now germinated and is producing our dream of tomorrow. I commend the Governing Council under the leadership of Malam Yusuf Olaolu Ali, SAN, for keeping faith with the lofty ideals of the founding fathers, and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Labode Popola, for diligently managing the affairs of the university. I salute the entire management team, staff, and students who also deserve commendation for maintaining and sustaining peace in the university. Within a few years of her existence, Osun State University has been growing in leaps and bounds. This is a divine project, and all of us owe it a duty to continue to nurture it. It is our own Jerusalem, and those who want to prosper must pray and work towards it. During the 7th convocation on 22nd November 2018, I reiterated the need for good-spirited individuals and groups to active participation in our efforts at building an enviable institution. On that day, the foundation for the construction of Osun State University, the Modupe and Folorunsho Alakija Teaching Hospital, bequeathed to the university by my family, was laid. I'm happy to inform this convocation that the construction work has commenced. The hospital, when completed, will consist of a world-class community health unit, maternity and neonatal Medicare, research and diagnostic laboratories, state-of-the-art operation theaters, cutting-edge diagnostic imaging, inclusive of CT scan, MRI, scanning facility, ultrasound scanning facilities, and X-ray and radiotherapy suites. It is our desire that it will be one of the best hospitals, not only in Nigeria, but in Africa as a whole. It will be a hospital that every Nigerian will be proud of. Its availability will help reduce the number of patients who are constantly flying out of the country for specialist medical care. We are resolved to delivering it on schedule by God's grace. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I crave your indulgence to delve a little on critical issues of national relevance. Youth restiveness has become a plague by demands, concerted efforts from all and sundry, because young people are vital to the future of a nation. This restiveness has led to increase in banditry, kidnapping, drug abuse, internet frauds, and scams, youth suicides, and other social vices. To worsen the situation is the prevailing atmosphere of hate, misinformation, and fake news. No country grows in such self-induced circumstances. We seem to have lost our value and the systems, and parents and guardians are not helping the situation. While it serves no useful purpose, heaping all the blame on government, we hereby implore governments to build value reorientation systems into our curricula. Our traditional institutions, churches, and mosques must promote counseling of youths in school and out-of-school systems, while the society should encourage good parenting for the entire nation. Opportunities abound in Nigeria for all, yet we tend not to be taking advantage of these opportunities. Gone are the days when we expect government to absorb fresh graduates into its services and agencies. Nowhere in the world is this in vogue anymore. What drives great societies now are creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Of course, in all of these, patriotism, sacrifices, and love of motherhood are key to nation building. My dear children and graduates, I have good news for you. Having been groomed in your various fields of academic endeavors, you have all it takes to be successful in life. Every nation has its peculiar challenges. Let our current challenges prompt you to find solutions rather than joining the multitude to commit evil. Walk with wise people and become wise. Because when you walk with fools, you will certainly get into trouble. As you go into the larger society, I urge you to be diligent. The Bible in the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 24, declares that the hand of the diligent will rule, but the lazy man will be put to forced labor. If you are to rule your world, you must be diligent and also make God the pillar of your support. You must be diligent in your career, be diligent in prayer, and be diligent in building your prospects. I urge you to commit your ways unto him, and he will guide you. I implore the organized private sector to also join hands with the federal government to work out sustainable modalities for empowering our youth, more in the acquisition of skills, in the fields of engineering, technology, film industry, sporting activities, entrepreneurship, fashion industry, and agriculture, among others. Finally, I most sincerely thank all who have supported this university financially, materially, morally, and spiritually in the past 1 year. May God Almighty reward your labor of love. I call on all well-meaning individuals and corporate organizations in the society to extend their benefactions to our institution. It is an investment that is worth the while, and the returns are enduring. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention. God bless UNIOSUN, God bless the state of Osun, and God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Convocation address by the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council. I respectively call upon the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, Malam Yusuf Ali, SAN.
Your Excellency, the visitor to the university and Governor of the State of Osun, the Deputy Governor, Mr. Agboyega Dabi, the former Governor and Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Raouf Adisoji Aregbesola, the Chancellor, Dr. Mrs. Alakija, the honorees of today, the KBACs, members of council, members of management, very eminent Nigerians who are here, members of the Fourth Estate of the Realm, ladies and gentlemen. The title of my address is, Let's Build a 21st Century University. It's traditional in a speech like this to appreciate and welcome all the dignitaries, invitees, graduates, parents, guardians, well-wishers, and others to an auspicious occasion. In particular, we appreciate the attendance of our visitor and governor of the state, Alhaji Isiaka Gboyega Oyetola, our chancellor, the woman with the Midas touch, Dr. Mrs. Folorunso Alakija, our honorary degree awardees, and others, too numerous to mention. You are all welcome and you are highly appreciated. Because of what I intend to say, I will quote the philosophy of Osun State University as encapsulated in the Osun State University Strategic Plan for 2017 to 2036, which goes thus: Osun State University conceives of education as the engine of national development. The university is thus established on the philosophy that to be relevant, education must be continually be responsive to the changing imperatives of the socio-economic and technological development of the nation. Essentially, the university shall seek to raise men and women imbued with the requisite skills, knowledge, and competencies to be the arrowheads of the socio-economic and technological development of Nigeria in general and Osun State in particular. End of quotation. The above philosophy is not a catchphrase nor an empty exaltation. It rather represents the core values of this institution in trying to build a university that will be 21st century compliant and will be able to hold its own in the committee of universities in the world. Howbeit, in order to live and measure up to the philosophical underpinning of the university, we need to put in place some minimum, irreducible human and material contributions in the immediate, medium, and long terms. These irreducible minimum contributions will be the focus of my attention in this address. I've listed 10 of such. I'm not going to read this address. I know it's been published in the small pamphlet that we are all holding, or that will be given to us in due course. Funding. Funding is very critical. It's the beginning and end of so many good things. I have alluded to this earlier at the convocation lecture when I was making my remarks. Our visitor, the governor, we expect more, like Oliver Twist. 2, judicious use of resources. It's one thing to be given the resources, it's another one to manage the resources properly and prudently. I call on the administration of the university, when the resources are available, as we've been doing before, please, let's justify the confidence of those who give these resources to us. We must not behave like vagabonds. 3, infrastructural development. We must devote a large part of our resources to develop the infrastructure of the university. We must invest in structures that will last for as long as human memory can go. A visit to the big universities and renowned universities in the world will attest to this. We should not do makeshift or temporary arrangements. No university that is worth its salt will do that. Number 4, we must develop modern curricular or academic programs. We should not just produce graduates who will not be fit for purpose. Our current experience is exactly that. Many of our graduates are not fit for purpose. We must produce graduates that will be fit for purpose and will be able to compete favorably with graduates from any other university in the world. It had happened in this country before, and I think it can still happen. Number 5, excellent members of staff. The cliche garbage in, garbage out is very, very apt. We must not just employ people because people must just be employed. If people are coming in as academics, they must prove themselves and justify the appellation of being academics. We should not, and I'm happy the Vice President alluded to this, we should not just bring people in. I'm sure all of us that listen to the Vice President will be very proud that it's not only our Vice President, but a Nigerian and a professor. We must be able to profess what we add to our titles. Quality students. The job will not be done if we have excellent lecturers, excellent facilities, but the university is a dumping ground for those who could not make it in other places. We should avoid this. Our university should not be the dumping ground for students who could not gain admission to other universities. Our university should admit the best of students that are available. Information technology. I'm happy the Vice President alluded to that. In this time and age, one of the critical areas for measurement and grading of university is presence on the web. I believe that we should accelerate our development in IT, academic freedom. We must promote academic freedom. A university is a place where the interplay of agreement and disagreements on the intellectual level is usually encouraged. May the day never come when the people in the academia will not be able to exchange dissenting views on academic issues. That is the only way the society will grow. Responsible unionism. Any society that wants to grow must encourage dissent. Societies grow when people agree and disagree to disagree and agree. We must not be the society of robots or zombies. At the same time, every type of step in life has boundaries. Anything we want to do as unions should be within the confines of the laws of the land. Otherwise, chaos will take over our society. And I want to thank the former visitor who is also present and the present visitor for the kind of quality of human beings they put on the council of the university in 2016. And I'm not saying this in derogation to anybody or any group. I imagine if the council had been populated by contractors and lazy jobbers, I think what we are saying is not all we'll be saying. The council is made up of people who have their own means of livelihood, who do not depend on their membership of the council for their daily bread. A council in which you have Engineer Tunde Konle, you have Sir Ademola Adali Koma, you have Professor Abiodun Alao, who teaches in King's College in England, you have Professor Solomon Akimboye, who is the immediate past Dean of Postgraduate Studies at University of Lagos. You have Professor Emeritus, Professor Kasali Adegoke, who retired meritoriously from University of Lagos as a Professor of Education. I think, and then of course the internal members who are also worthy in character. But we must also ensure that members of council and management are given the proper type of training to let them know that a university is not like the ordinary boardroom or a marketplace. People must know their respective rights and limitations. A council, a university where chairman of council will have a permanent office in the university, you are cutting disaster and problems. A university where the vice chancellor does not know that there are limits to his own powers too, you are cutting problems. So there must be a proper mix, and that is why I've suggested elsewhere that both the NUC, especially NUC, should organize proper training for people who populate the councils of the universities. The relationship of the people in the council should not just be because they also went to university maybe 50 years ago or 150 years ago. They must be current on what is going on. Our assembly here is to celebrate our graduates whose efforts in burning the midnight candle has yielded successes. I congratulate our graduates, their happy parents and guardians. The journey has not by any means been easy, but when you remember that it is not all those who started this journey with you that have ended it the way you have every cause to thank the Almighty for your achievements. It is my belief that this university has prepared you adequately for the outside world, and having been found worthy in learning and character, you should all go forth into the world to exhibit the stuff of which you are made. Undoubtedly, as fresh graduates or graduates, you will meet challenges, but with your training, you should be able to find opportunities where others are groping. Let me assure you that with integrity, honesty, diligence, focus, and a good dose of aversion for corruption, you will go places. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Governing Council of the University, based on the recommendation of the Senate, approved the award of honorary degree to some eminent and worthy Nigerians who have excelled in their different chosen endeavors. These individuals that will be presented shortly are Mrs. Nike Okundiaye, a celebrated international scholar; Dr. Olawale Babalake, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, a lawyer of repute, chairman of the Governing Council of the University of Lagos, and entrepreneur; and Mr. Jim Ovia, former Managing Director of Zenith Bank and a well-grounded employer of labor. You will recall that last year, then Governor of the state and visitor to the university, Ogbeni Rauf Adeshoji Aregbesola, was also nominated for a honorary degree, but His Excellency made it clear that he will only accept the award after leaving the position of governor. Today, His Excellency is the Honorable Minister of Interior of our country. He is the fourth recipient. These individuals have done so much in their different fields and made significant impact on our landscape. I actually congratulate each and every one of you for this honor that is richly deserved. In concluding, let me reiterate that all it takes for a street to be clean is for each resident to clean his space. We should all resolve to be change agents in moving our university forward. I call on the academia, especially, that they should be the drivers for the new vision for the university. Once more, I felicitate with our graduates, their parents, guardians, friends, and well-wishers, and wish each and every one of us Godspeed in our return journeys. God bless our country, our state, our university. Thank you.
Convocation address by the Vice Chancellor. I now invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor Labode Pupola, to present his convocation address.
His Excellency, the Governor of the State of Osun, because of the essence of our time, I want to plead that I be allowed to stand by or on all the existing protocols. I will go straight to my address, and I can assure you that I will not repeat anything that has been said. The addresses are already in the booklets that have been handed out to people. I am happy to inform us that this university is progressing towards a world-class institution. We are young, but we're moving very fast. And we have the understanding that we cannot afford to fail. Our efforts in the last 3 years of this administration have been to consolidate on the gains of our humble beginnings. And it is with great pride that I report here today that we have successfully redirected the institution back to the path paid for it by our founding fathers and mothers, which is to be a center of excellence in all its ramifications. In the area of academic development, this university has been holding its own. We have realized the fact that we have to continue to be relevant to society. Presently, our undergraduate programs remain 55, spanning the fields of agriculture, education, law, sciences, engineering and technology, health sciences, humanities and culture, as well as management and social sciences. Our postgraduate programs, on the other hand, are now 27, and these are the postgraduate diploma level, master's level, and PhD level. In addition, as you would have heard, our MBBS medical program is now fully resuscitated and it is up and running. We have our teaching hospital now being constructed. You've been told that this morning. We are also trying to grant access to higher education by whoever desires so. I'm happy to report that between the last convocation and now, we have been able to provide different kinds of opportunities for our students to continue to remain in school. Arising from this, we have considerably reduced the number of students who seek to defer or withdraw from our institution because of their inability to pay their school fees. This we have been able to achieve through scholarship and financial support and funding opportunities from individuals and corporate organizations, notable among these Malam Yusuf Ali, our Pro-Chancellor, and Prince Tunde Ponle, and other members of the Governing Council. Currently, our students can work on campus through our work-study program. They are registered with the Student Affairs Unit of the university, some as individuals and some as companies, and they engage in such services as cleaning, ushering, ground services like horticulture and grooming, among others, and they get paid for all of this. For the 8th convocation ceremony, we are graduating 19 postgraduate students. At the undergraduate level, we are graduating 49 first-class degrees graduates, and this forms about 2.7% of the total number of graduates for this year. We have 670 of them in second-class upper division, while we have 892 in lower class, second-class lower division. We also have 194 who made third-class degrees, while only 9 made pass degrees. In total, we are graduating about 1,814 for this year. And this brings the total number of graduates from this university to 10,001. Ladies and gentlemen, this year's convocation is very unique because for the first time in the history of this university, we have 2 overall best graduating students, a male and a female. Both recorded a tie in their final cumulative grade point average. They scored 4.84 apiece. And with joyful mind, I like to present the 2 young lads. The first one is Adedolapo Mojid Ogunbire of the Department of Civil Engineering in our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. The second person is Precious Nneka of the Department of Political Science, our College of Management and Social Sciences. Like I said, both of them scored 4.84 in their final results. In the area of capacity building, we have continued to fund and sponsor our colleagues to different conferences, workshops, and training programs. In the last 2 years, we have sponsored about 300 of our colleagues, both academic and non-academic staff. In the area of staff welfare, we have different welfare schemes for our colleagues in the university. Their children have rebate of fees up to the tune of about 50%. We have instituted a health fund. We have also instituted a housing and car loan. And lately, we have also ensured that any one of our colleagues that requires scholarship or any form of support, with or without TED fund, we will support them for as long as it's going to enhance their capacity. We have not left our students out. Our students now go for international programs. This year, we sponsored about 22 of our students to the University of Gambia, and they spent 1 month in training in that university. Similarly, we sent some of our students to capacity building and leadership training in Ghana. I think this was in July or August. We have had several breakthroughs. As you see in the document before you, we have established an Institute of Global Affairs and Sustainable Development. This is for us to be able to latch on the opportunities of the Sustainable Development Goals that is happening globally. As our own contribution towards creating a better society, we have also commenced a startup scheme for UNIOSUN alumni and alumni. These are students who have graduated from our university and who have bankable proposal. We have created an opportunity to grant them a loan of 200,000 naira each if they have bankable proposals for entrepreneurial projects. We have also have several of our colleagues who have been recognized internationally. Their names and the recognitions are in the booklets that you have. We also introduced something that is novel in the history of university education in Nigeria. We have what we call the matriculation tree planting scheme. Each matriculating student in our university has to plant a tree. And this year, we ensured that all our 100 level students who matriculated planted a tree around our campuses. The reason for this is to ensure sustainability. It is also to allow the students to appreciate the environment and to also have a tie with this university. They will take care of those seedlings till they leave the university. And even after they would have graduated from here, they will be proud to come and show the trees to their colleagues and friends. So much has been said about the benefactions. There are so many of them, and I will not want to bog you down with reading them out. You have them in the document. Finally, my charge to the graduating students. The Vice President has made my job very easy. His thoughts resonate with our own thoughts. We expect our graduates to see Nigeria as a good place, to see Nigeria as a place where they can survive, to see Nigeria as a place where they can excel in whatever they are doing. And we expect them to be honest, we expect them to be loyal to this country, we expect them to be godly, we expect them to abhor corruption. We expect them to be honest in all their dealings with fellow human beings. And we believe as they move on in life, it will continue to be well with them. I'd like to thank all of you for being with us. God bless you. God bless our state. God bless our university. And God bless Nigeria.
Admission to postgraduate degrees. Chancellor, the person who will be presented have fulfilled the requirements of the statutes and regulation of Osun State University, and having been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the higher degree of masters of their various faculties. I therefore call upon the provost of postgraduate college to present graduates for conferment. Professor B.E. Olarede, with the graduates of a master's degrees, remain standing.
Chancellor, in the name of the Postgraduate College and my authority of Senate, I present to you the person standing and those honorably absent whose names appear on this list and for whom I stand proxy, who have already completed their various postgraduate examinations and who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to various degree of Master of Osun State University.
I admit you all.
Admission to postgraduate diplomas. Chancellor, the person will be presented have fulfilled the requirements of the statutes and regulations of Osun State University, and having been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the postgraduate diplomas and certificates of their various faculties, I therefore call upon the postgraduate college provost, Professor Olagunsoye, with the guarants for diploma's degree, stand and remain standing.
Chancellor, in the name of the Postgraduate College and by authority of Senate, I present to you the persons standing and those unavailable absent whose names appear on this list and who are stand properly, who have completed their various postgraduate examination, who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, by the postgraduate diploma of the university.
I admit you all.
Admission to first degrees. Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences. Chancellor, the person who will be presented have fulfilled the requirements of the statutes and regulations of Osun State University and have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degrees of their various faculties. I therefore call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Dr. Ibukun Oyeyipo.
Chancellor, in the name of the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the persons standing and those unavoidably absent whose name appears on this list and for whom I stand proxy, who have successfully completed their bachelor's degree programs and who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in Anatomy and Physiology of Osun State University.
I admit you all.
Faculty of Clinical Sciences. With the graduates in the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, please stand. Chancellor, in the name of Faculty of Clinical Sciences and by the authority, I present to you persons standing and those unavailably absent for their awards. I hereby call on the Dean of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Dr. Mrs. Ishahumi,
Chancellor, in the name of the Faculty of Clinical Sciences and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the persons standing and those unavoidably absent, whose names appear on this list and for whom I stand proxy, who have successfully completed their bachelor's degree programs and who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science in Public Health of Osun State University.
I admit you all.
Faculty of Law. With the graduates in the Faculty of Law, please stand. Dean, Faculty of Law, Professor Ohe Gbadamosi.
Chancellor, in the name of the Faculty of Law and by the authority of Senate, I present to you the persons standing and those unavoidably absent whose names appear on this list and for whom I stand proxy, who have successfully completed their bachelor's degree programs and who have been found worthy, both in character and in learning, to be admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws of Osun State University.
I admit you all.
Recognition of a first-class graduates. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you for the Chancellor's handshake those graduates who have specially excelled by obtaining first-class degrees in their various disciplines. Faculty of Medical Sciences, Department of Physiology, Akinlaja Yetunde Omitola, Ola Omodasola Mercy, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Ogundipe Oluwatosin Elizabeth, Shodamola Boluwatife Olaitan, Olabiyi Hikmat Anu Oluwapo, Awards of honorary degrees. Awards of honorary degrees. Conferment of honorary degrees on Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola. Chancellor, the Council and Senate of Osun State University have resolved that the honorary degree of a Doctor of Science be conferred on this worthy person, whose name is here set out. I therefore call on University Orator, Professor Anthony Kola Olusanya, to present graduate for his degree honorary courser. University Orator.
He's already standing, so I wouldn't say that anymore. Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola is an engineer and a political activist who between 1999 and 2007 superintended bold beginnings of the infrastructural transformation of Lagos, one of the world's mega cities. He is an exceptional grassroots campaigner and mobilizer, a man of deep religious faith. Today he stands at a critical intersection in Nigeria's continuous search for peaceful coexistence of Nigerians of different faiths, and where his counsel is invaluable in this quest. Aregbesola's interest in politics dates back to his undergraduate days, when he served as Speaker of the Students' Union Parliament at the Polytechnic, Ibadan. This interest is anchored in values, again came to the fore during the bloody struggles against the military rule in the 1990s, when he emerged as the leading light of pro-democracy movement. While as governor of Osun, he focused on strengthening the state in critical areas of agriculture, economic development, youth empowerment, education, and security. His bold vision for the state is encapsulated in the 6-point integral action plan. 1, banish poverty, banish hunger, banish unemployment, restore healthy living, promote functional education, and enhance communal peace and progress. On his assumption of office, November 27, 2010, he made it known publicly that his will be a government of unusual business. Its unusualness and innovation in governance and economic development in the state of Osun saw the creation of 20,000 jobs within 100 days and the revolution in education and economy of the people. Ogbeni Aregbesola is a star in the Nigeria political ferment, whose views have become increasingly relevant in the search for peaceful resolution of Nigerian state crisis and nationhood. A man of Spartan disposition to material possessions, he continues to stand in the vanguard of Nigeria's quest for leadership that delivers life more abundant to common people. In his second term, it coincided with a dip in Nigeria's economic fortunes, with a combination of theft of crude and eventual drop in oil price, slashing its revenue by as much as 75%. But he adroitly restructured the finances of the state in a way that enabled him to pay salary, maintain slew of social protection programs, such as homegrown school feeding, engagement of 40,000 youths in social work, support for senior citizens, rehabilitation for the destitute, empowerment for women, and many others. Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola has received many awards, honors, and accolades for his various programs and infrastructural development, home and abroad. He has been invited by the British Parliament twice to share his experiences on the homegrown school feeding and health programs. OMIL, under his administration, fed 262,000 pupils in elementary 1 to 4 of the Osun public school system. He was named the best governor of southern Nigeria for the year 2018 by the influential Business Day newspaper, which is a clear leader in business and administration news reporting. Ogbeni Aregbesola completed his second term in office after his sterling performance capped with a declaration of Osun as the lowest in the poverty index rating all over Nigeria by the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. This came about from the human development and social protection programs he faithfully implemented during his term of office. In recognition of his sterling performance in government and service of the people, President Muhammadu Buhari recently appointed Ogbeni Aregbesola as Minister, Ministry of Interior, Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is happily married with children. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is this outstanding Nigerian, a principled political activist, a disciplined politician, an astute and consummate public servant that I present for the highest honor that these prestigious universities can give. I therefore request the Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate and the Council, to admit Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola to the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Osun State University.
Conferment of honorary degree on Dr. Bolanle Olawale Babalakin, SANOFR. Chancellor, the Council and Senate of Osun State University have resolved that the honorary degree of Doctor of Law be conferred on this worthy person, whose name is hereby set out. I therefore call on University Orator, Professor Anthony Olagunsoye, to present the gathering for his degree of honorary causa. University Orator.
3 months before the British flag was lowered in Nigeria, on July 1st, 1960, the family of the Honorable Mr. Justice Bolaniwa Oyegoke Babalakin, a retired Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, and Mrs. Ramotu Ibironke Babalakin, a pioneer female hospital proprietress in the Western State, was blessed with a baby boy. The baby boy was christened Bolanle Olawale Babalakin. Attended Sacred Heart Primary School, private school, for his nursery and primary school at a very early age. And at that age, he began to show signs of intellectual potentials as he left school in 1970 as the best overall student. Proceeded to the prestigious Government College, Ibadan, for his secondary school and was Banjo's Prize winner in the Greer House in 1971. In 1978, he was admitted to the UNILAG after his A-levels at the Polytechnic Ibadan. As an undergraduate, Babalakin's exceptional academic talent began to show, as he was reputed to be one of the most exceptional students in the faculty, and was not surprising when he graduated at the top of the class in the Faculty of Law in 1981. He proceeded to the Nigerian Law School, where he was called to the bar in 1982. Dr. Babalakin thus was entitled to practice the profession of his choice. His intellectual side of him promptly applied him to the prestigious University of Cambridge, and was one of the 3 Africans admitted into Cambridge for the Pioneer Masters of Law program. Though sponsored by his father, in 1984, Babalakin competed for and won the prestigious Commonwealth Scholarship to become one of the 3 Nigerian students in Cambridge recognized for their outstanding academic performance. Babalakin was awarded Master of Law degree in flying colors in 1983. 3 years after, in 1986, he received his doctorate degree, PhD, Doctor of Philosophy, on June 30th, the eve of his 26th birthday. Probably one of the youngest individuals till date to receive a doctorate degree in law at that age. On his departure from Cambridge University, the Master of Osun College, who had also held the revered chair of Rosborough Professor of Law of England, and also one-time Vice Chancellor of Cambridge University, had the following to say about him. We look forward to hearing great things about your future career. Your research work here was extremely consistent and sound, and you fully deserve your PhD. I hope it now gives you the confidence and impetus for the future. On returning to Nigeria in 1986 December, Babalakin promptly joined the firm of his esteemed mentor and father figure in the profession, Chief F.R.A. Williams, Queen's Counsel, who had a relentless penchant for encouraging the young ones. On July 1st, 1988, on his 28th birthday, Dr. Babalakin left Chief Williams' chamber to set up the firm of Babalakin & Co. The law firm blossomed and is today one of the leading law firms in Nigeria, with over 70 lawyers spread around its offices in Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Also, the chamber, has trained many lawyers in all areas of profession, including the managing partner of the firm, who is also a senior advocate of Nigeria. As of date, at least 7 senior advocates of Nigeria traces their receipt of this honor to Babalakin and Co. Babalakin is not just a lawyer, he's also a businessman, and he pursues his business interests with intellectual zeal. Dr. Babalakin has made his enormous talent available to the Nigerian nation. He was appointed by the then President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as a member of the National Political Reforms Conference, where he served on the Legal Reform Committee in 2005. He also served as the chairman of the Constitution Drafting Subcommittee, which was ultimately responsible for drafting of the Constitution. He was the vice chairman of the Committee for the Review of Evidence Act, among many others. He has also been advisor to a number of governments, culminating his appointment as honorary advisor to the government of Nigeria, led by late Alhaji Umar Musa Yaradua. It is on record that this was one of the first 2 appointments as honorary advisors ever made in Nigeria. The other advisor was Alhaji Rewan Lukman. As an honorary advisor to the government, he provided his services to the government without any remuneration whatsoever. Dr. Babalakin's passion for education has led him into many areas of Nigeria's education system. A passionate believer in repositioning of the educational system in Nigeria, he was appointed the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, University of Maiduguri, between 2009 and 2013. He has served as the chairman of the following committees: Committee of Pro-Chancellors of Federal Universities in Nigeria, the Implementation Monitoring Committee of agreement entered into between the federal government of Nigeria and the various unions in Nigeria university system, namely ASU, SANU, NATS, and NASU. In May 2017, he was appointed the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council of the University of Lagos, his alma mater, becoming the first alumnus of the university to be so appointed Pro-Chancellor. This appointment came on the eve of his appointment as the chairman of the Renegotiation Committee of the 2009 Federal Government of Nigeria and University-Based Unions Agreement. In addition to all this, he has also been a very committed philanthropist, and he has many philanthropic activities spread over far and wide in Nigeria. In recognition of his outstanding life, he received many awards, nationally and internationally. And in 2007, he was conferred with the National Honor of Officer of the Federal Republic, OFR. Dr. Babalakin is a husband to another lawyer, Olubolaon Babalakin, daughter of Justice and Mrs. Y.A.O. Jinodu. They are blessed with children. Ladies and gentlemen, standing before you all is Abdurrauf Bolanle Olawale Babalakin, SAN, a fervent believer in the concept of justice according to law and not according to the whims and caprices of the administrator of law, a phenomenal scholar, a pioneer thinker and implementer of the public-private partnership, PPP, a philanthropist and a man of great conviction who is resilient in pursuit of his beliefs. It is this outstanding Nigerian that I present to you as a worthy candidate for the highest honor that this prestigious university can give. I request the Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate and Council, to admit Abdurrauf Bolanle Olawale Babalakin to the degree of Doctor of Law, honoris causa, Osun State University.
Conferment of honorary degree of on Chief Mrs. Oyinlola Monica Okundaye. Chancellor, the Council, and Senate of Osun State University have resolved that the honorary degree of a Doctor of Arts be conferred on this worthy person, whose name is hereby set out. I therefore call on the University Orator, Professor Anthony Kola Olusanya, to present the graduate for her degree honorary causa. University Orator, Professor Kola Olusanya.
Chief Mrs. Oyinlola Monica Okundaye, popularly known and called Mama Nike, by numerous fans, was born on 23rd May 1951 at a very quiet and hilly village of Ogidi Jumu in Kogi State, Nigeria. Nike was principally educated in art by her great-grandmother, whom Nike lived with after the death of her mother and grandmother. Her great-grandmother was a weaver and an adire textile maker and dyer during her lifetime. It is therefore interesting to observe that Nike had no formal Western education because of lack of funds. Her parents were quite poor, and they could not fund her education beyond primary 6. However, Nike went ahead and homeschooled herself to learn to speak and write English. She never went to any formal Western school to study art, which had brought her to global spotlight. Watching her grandmother, her great-grandmother, late Madame Ibitola, who was an address textile maker and dyer in those days, and helping out in adire making, Nike walked up the line to become an expert in adire textile making, dyeing, weaving, painting, and embroidery. This was the way indigenous vocational training was passed down from parents to children in Yoruba communities in those days in Nigeria. A multi-talented woman, this international icon in art was also a stage dancer and an actress. She was very comfortable on stage and in front of clear lights. She has featured as lead actress in a local Yoruba film, Ayaba, and many other documentaries, including Kindred Spirits, sponsored and produced by Smithsonian Museum in the Washington, D.C., United States, and in CNN featured documentaries, African Voices and Inside Africa. Nike, the managing director of Nike Center for Art and Culture, Osogbo, which she established in 1983, opened her doors of the center with 20 young girls who she removed from the streets of Osogbo and offered free trainings in various forms of arts. So far, over 3,000 young Nigerians, mainly violated and abused young women, have been removed from the street, have been trained in the center, and now engaged in decent livings through art. It is instructive to note that Nike Center for Art and Culture, Osogbo, also admits undergraduate students from many universities in Nigeria for their industrial training program in textile design. Over the years, the center has also admitted students from many European countries and the Americas, including Canada and the United States of America, USA. As well, international scholars and other researchers in traditional African arts and culture has continued to visit the center from time to time for their research work into Yoruba adire fabric processing and African traditional dyeing methods. Nike is also the owner and curator of Nike Art Galleries in Lagos, Osogbo, Ogidi Jumu, and Abuja. with support from some notable and eminent Nigerians as trustee, with main aims and objective of fostering Nigerian cultural heritage, Nike founded the Nike Art and Culture Foundation in 2007. This enigmatic woman has been severally honored. Nike earned for herself numerous laurels for her hard work, devotion, and dedication towards the promotion of art and culture in Nigeria. To mention a few of our recent award and public recognitions, Nike was awarded Ordine della Stella della Solidarietà Italiana, one of the highest Italian national awards of merit by the government of and the People's Republic of Italy, in recognition and appreciation of our efforts in using arts to address and solve problems of Nigerian prostitutes, sex workers in Italy in May 2006. On April 13, 2019, Nike was awarded and conferred with a doctorate of fine arts, honoris causa, by the Rhodes University in Grahamstown, South Africa. In June 2019, Nike was invited to be special guest of honor at the Smithsonian Institute Museum for African Arts in Washington, D.C., USA, to deliver lectures and facilitate workshops focusing on traditional Yoruba Adire textile culture during the period of art exhibition showcasing artworks of African women. The title of the African Women exhibition was I Am Contemporary Women Artists of Africa. In that exhibition, Nike's artwork and paintings titled The Liberal Women in Protest Part 1 and 2 was displayed for the public view. Till date, between 1974 and date, she has had 38 groups and over 116 solo exhibitions of her works across many countries of the world. Nike is a member of many national and international professional bodies. She is also principally a socialpreneur and a well-known philanthropist championing the cause of neglected Nigerian rural women, using art as a tool to accomplish these noble missions. Nike is happily married with children. Today, standing before you is a woman of many parts, an accomplished professional artist, a painter, a textile artist, weaver, embroider, and an award winning at many national and international art shows. I present to you a humanist par excellence and a worthy candidate for the highest honor of this great and noble university. I therefore request the Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate and Council, to admit Oyenike Monica Okundaye to the degree of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, Osun State University.
brief response from the honoree. I hereby invite Dr. Bolanle Olawale Babalaki, SAN OFR, to give a brief response.
The Chancellor of Osun State University, the Pro-Chancellor of Osun State University, the Vice-Chancellor of Osun State University, members of Council and Senate of Osun State University, ladies and gentlemen, I have been given the task to say thank you on behalf of the awardees. First of all, I want to congratulate Osun State University. The Chancellor, the Pro-Chancellor, and the Vice-Chancellor represent an outstanding example of what a university management should be like. I've had cause to interact extensively with the university, and I want to confirm to you publicly that the financial discipline of this university is definitely one of the best in Nigeria. With very little resources, they have been able to execute projects by being focused, disciplined, and avoiding a conflict of interest. But on this note, I want to appeal to the government of Osun State. I'm happy the Deputy Governor is still here. University is a very expensive enterprise. According to the review we've done in our committee negotiating with the unions, you require on the average $3,000 per year per student to train these students appropriately. So government of Osun, I don't know the population of this university. If I assume it's 12,000 at 1 million per student, I hope you are giving the university something close to 12 billion per annum, because that is what this university requires to become a first-rate university. Having said that, I want to congratulate my friend, he's left, Rauf Aregbesola. Okay, where is he? Okay. Governor Rauf Aregbesola and I come a very long way. We were both active student union members. We were both committed socialists. I am still a committed socialist, but I have heard in some gatherings that they doubt Governor Aregbesola's credentials. Haven't been a governor for 8 years and all this. I'm proud to tell you that Rauf Aregbesola remains a committed socialist. Comrade, so I also want to congratulate our co-honoree, Mrs. Okundaye, who deservedly has been given this award for her great contributions to the arts. And it is heartwarming that a woman who started life with such a major handicap can today be one of the leading women in the arts in Nigeria. She educated herself from what we read about the CV, and she's now so dominant in this field. When the first class students were called out, I noticed they were only female. The male students of this university, you are challenged. They called first class students out and there was no single male student. I hope it is not that you are not catching up. I want to thank all those who came to celebrate with us. It's been a very long day. We took off from Lagos at 6 a.m., at 7 a.m. to be here now. I have here a lot of my friends who have come with me. I thank Dr. Ali Balogun, Shegun Amadu, Tunde Alabi, Wale Afolabi, Dr. Layonu. They all came with me from Lagos. I also want to thank members of the University of Lagos. I suddenly heard that they were here, led by no less than the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs of the University, Professor Familoni, to facilitate with me over this award. Let me tell you, I'm particularly proud of this award. Even though it's my 4th honorary doctorate, it is coming from the state of Osun. The state, my state of birth, and the only state I claim as a Nigerian. We can only continue to support the university. We are committed to supporting the university. I think there's an item there, maybe I should speak now or speak later, but we're determined and committed to support the university. And I was very happy when I saw that the support the university is requesting for is for a commercially viable project. The days of universities being recipients of government money and no more is no longer sustainable. Is no longer sustainable. When we were in Maiduguri as Pro-Chancellor, we built a hotel in Abuja from our very, very minor internal resources. The hotel today is a major source of income for the university. Universities must not see themselves as solely dependent on government largesse. They should use their great scholarship, ferment ideas for the betterment of the university, for the betterment of the country, and let us turn every stumbling block to a stepping stone for the attainment of greater heights. Thank you.
Congratulatory messages and goodwill messages. I call upon the representatives of sister universities and associate institutions to present their goodwill messages. I call on the representative of sister universities and associated institutions to present their goodwill messages.
Your Excellencies, Cabinets, ladies and gentlemen, you will observe that the visitor is no more on his seat. He had to leave for an urgent state assignment, but thank God he has already rendered his address during the lecture by the Vice President. What he read at that time is still the same thing that is in the pamphlet that has been given to all of us. So his address is taken as read for this occasion. So thank you very much.
Please, let's have our seat. Let's have our seat. The visiting Vice Chancellors want to present their goodwill messages and congratulatory messages. Please, let us have our seat. Let us have our seat, please.
I'm sorry to intervene at this stage. Please, no more photographs on this platform. Please, no more photographs on this platform. Please, Speaker,
Kwara State University, Molete.
Please, let's continue with the program. Speaker.
Nigerian Police Academy, Udi. Lagos State University, Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo. Elizade University, Ilaramokin. Redeemers University, Ede. Leeds City University, Ibadan. Plateau State University. Olabisi Onabanjo University. Fante University, Osogbo. Summit University, Ofa. Nigeria Army University, Biu. Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso. Samuel Adegboyega University, Ogwa. Edo. Tai Solare University of Education. Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. King's University, Odiomu. University of Lagos, Akoka, Lagos. Presentation of prizes. Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the graduates who have excelled by attainment of academic and other distinctions in 2017-2018 academic session for presentations of prizes. Akinlaja Yetunde Omiola, Ola Omodasola Mercy, Faculty of Clinical Sciences, Ogundipe Oluwatosin Elizabeth, Shodamola Boluwatife Olaitan, Faculty of Law, Obabiyi Ikmat Anuluwapo, Obabiyi is the last. Obabiyi. Please, the honorary degree awardees, you have prizes to collect from the university. Honorary degree awardees, you have prizes to collect from the university. Please, don't go. Honorary awardees, you have prizes to collect from the university. Please, don't go. Oh yeah, the last one. Oh yeah, last one. Obabi. All right. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola, Doctor of Science. Dr. Bolanle Olawale Babalakin. Dr. Bolanle Olawale Babalakin. Okay. Dr. Oyenike Monica Okundaye. Okay. Overall best students in each faculty. Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences. Overall best students in the university, Ogunbire Adedolapo Mojid, OJ Nneka Precious. This is Mojid. This for Mojid. Overall best. Then what's here? Saloma give you overall best students in the university, Ogunbire Adedolapo Mojid, OJ Nneka Precious, valedictory speech by the most outstanding students of the year. I hereby invite Ogunbire Adedolapo Mojid to present valedictory speech on behalf of the two outstanding best graduating graduates.
Thank you. I'd like to plead with you to stand on the existing protocol due to the limited time that we have. We'd like to start by appreciating everyone that has contributed to our lives and made our journey through Osun State University a success. All thanks to the Almighty for granting us a glorious end. To all our parents, guardians, sponsors, and families, these feats would have been unachievable without your support. And to this, we say a very big thank you to you all. To the entire management of the university, academic and non-academic staffs, we appreciate your efforts in our lives. And lastly, to the organizers of today's event, well-wishers who have traveled from far and near to felicitate with us on this special occasion. These events would have been impossible without you all. We appreciate your efforts, we thank you, and we love you all. It is indeed an honor to stand before you all today on behalf of the entire graduating class of 2018. Today, we officially become alumni of this great citadel of learning. Statistically speaking, those who have gone ahead of us have well represented us within and beyond the shores of the country. People like Ms. Latifat Oyinlola Abiola, who graduated as the overall best graduating student in medicine in Ukraine, and the duo, Mr. Abiodun and Mr. Tumininu, who once graduated as the best from law school. These are just a few cases to show that Osun State University is indeed an institution where great potentials are harvested. These has only been made possible by the outstanding management we have in this institution. Please, let's give a round of applause to the management. The school management has over the years demonstrated a track record of impeccable management principles. The uninterrupted calendar that we had during our stay here is one of the many achievements of the management. To our colleagues, class of 2018, Osun State University has provided us with the skills and knowledge we need to conquer the world. Let us continue to build on these and emulate the values instilled in us by this great citadel of learning. As we proceed on our journey into the world out there, we should always remember that our lives are not and should not be defined by grades, nor limited by it. Life rewards us with the values that we create and what we do. In the famous book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, he said, and I quote, "Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed to a definite end. Therefore, we would like to implore our colleagues to become more practical and pragmatic and begin to apply what you have learned throughout your stay in the university into changing lives of people, especially those who are not so privileged to have the degrees that you all have today. The society is more in need of people who walk through life with a sense of wonder, people courageous enough to engage with what they are unfamiliar with, willing enough to step out of what they think they know, and humble enough to learn from each experience. We hope that in years to come, it will be said of this class of 2018 that we embodied this rare blend of courage and resourcefulness as we go through life wherever we find ourselves. We should continue to be ambassadors of this great institution wherever we find ourselves. Congratulations to you all once again, class of 2018. I pray that we all succeed in our future endeavors. Long live Osun State University, long live State of Osun, long live Nigeria. Thank you all for listening.
Induction of graduates as members of Alumni Association. Chancellor, in accordance with global university tradition, which makes all graduates members of the Alumni Association of the institution, I have the honor of inviting the Vice Chancellor, Professor Labode Pupuola, to induct the graduates as member of the Osun State University Alumni Association.
May I request the graduates to please rise. And you say after me, I, your name, a graduate of the 2017-2018 class, and now a member of the Osun State University Alumni Association, solemnly swear this oath of allegiance that I will be a worthy ambassador of Osun State University and contribute my best to facilitate the growth and development of the institution and its alumni association, that I will work in concert with my colleagues to promote the mission, vision, and good name of the university everywhere that I may find myself, that I will bear true allegiance to and uphold the philosophy, aims and objectives of the Osun State University Alumni Association, that I will respect and obey all constituted authorities and cooperate with other branch, zonal, national executives of the alumni towards the realization of the mission, aims, and objectives of the association. So help me God. I'd like to announce to you that your certificates are also ready.
Close of convocation. I respectfully invite the Chancellor, and for it is our pleasure to declare the convocation closed.
I hereby declare the convocation closed.
Anthems. Thank you very much. There is a couple of announcements. Our distinguished guests, royal fathers, members of council, please proceed to the council chamber for refreshment and entertainment. Senate, visiting vice chancellors, visiting registrar, and congregation members should proceed to the central admin building, floor 1 and 2 for your entertainment. Thank you. There is a bunch here of keys.